Fox News 4 Tucson, live at 5.
First up, when the economy tanked back in 2008, we all had to tighten our belts, including local government. Lawmakers made big cuts, and some of them are still hurting local kids. Here's Christy now with a list of some of the deepest ones. Christy.
Yeah, Tom, we asked the Children's Action Alliance of Southern Arizona for the 4 worst cuts affecting kids, and in no particular order now, here are the biggest financial blows to children since 2009.
Cut number 1, child care subsidies, $80 million slashed. And as a result, more than 30,000 Arizona families are on a waiting list.
You have families who are unable to hold down steady employment because they don't, day to day, they don't know that they have a quality place for their children to be throughout the day.
Assistance that could have kept Shanisha Taylor out of jail. Last month in Scottsdale, she left her 2 young kids in an SUV with the windows cracked so she could take a job interview. Shanisha went to jail. CPS took custody of the kids, and that sparked a national debate over desperate times and desperate measures. Worst cut number 2, funding for child welfare and protection. In 2009, CPS saw major cutbacks. Even with special legislation this year and last, staffing remains a critical problem.
And you have insufficient resources to deal with that. You have a near 30% turnover rate of staff, quitting 30% every year. And you're having to fight the problem with inadequate resources. You resort to dysfunctional decision making.
More money would mean more caseworkers doing a better job with home visits and follow-through. In theory, fewer kids would fall through the cracks. Kids like little Roman Barreras, a Tucson casualty of a broken system. Cut number 3, K through 12 public education.
Class sizes have gotten bigger and bigger. A lot of teachers and paraprofessionals who support students in lots of ways a lot of those positions had to be cut.
Support positions like librarians and counselors, art and PE teachers. David Higuera with the Children's Action Alliance says kids need these people in their lives, keeping them engaged.
We're still one of the worst states in the country in terms of our funding for K-12, and there's just no better investment than funding in public education.
And last but not least, cut number 4, full-day kindergarten. The Amphi Unified School District's a prime example of this. At one point, Amphi offered free all-day kindergarten at all of its schools. But over the past 6 years, the legislature's cut $47.2 million from Amphi's budget.
The biggest change has been that we are now requiring parents to pay tuition in those schools.
In Amphi, there are 5 non-Title I schools where parents have to pay. That leaves only 8 Title I schools still offering free all-day kindergarten in the Amphi district. $1,300 a year for all-day kindergarten. That's a $400 registration fee and $450 per child per semester. Statistics show kids just do better in all aspects of life if they get a strong early childhood education. For many parents now, that's out of pocket.
All right, we reached out to TUSD and Sunnyside for comment. TUSD said it's working on these very problems and just isn't prepared to talk about it yet. Sunnyside still has not responded to us. The Children's Action Alliance has been keeping a close eye on how lawmakers are voting. We've linked the report cards to the Christie's Kids page at KVOA.com. You can check that out. Meantime, if you have a story you'd like us to investigate, send an email to christieskids@kvoa.com.